So, hello everybody. It's Wednesday, is that right? Wednesday, February 12th. As I call winter in Idaho now, Febu winter. We have winter 1 month. It's the month of February. It's very cold outside. So I'm really glad to be inside and warm and cozy and ready to do some breath work with our Transcending Grief Together member spotlight of the month, Krista Bell. And super excited to share Krista and her art form with you. Krista first discovered the power of using breath work and hypnosis over 30 years ago when birthing her first child. She experienced firsthand how powerful it can be when it's used to deal with physical pain. So not just emotional pain, physical pain as well. It was only after the tragic loss of her spectacular 19-year-old son, Nicholas, that she began to use breathwork and hypnosis to relieve the psychic pain and devastating heartache that comes with profound loss. She has experienced deeply healing encounters using these modalities and is committed to sharing them with anyone dealing with grief and other life challenges. Krista loves teaching people how to tap into their own power to heal. Equipped with a master's degree in education, Krista is also a certified consulting hypnotist through the National Guild of Hypnotists and a certified Soma breathwork instructor. Her goal is to empower each individual she works with to attain emotional and mental freedom so they can experience the life that they desire. I'll post the website for Krista in the chat at the end of the meeting so that you can reach out to her. She's going to tell us a little bit at the end of the evening or before, whenever you want, Krista, whatever's appropriate, for the services that she offers if you want to pursue breathwork more deeply with her or, get some resources from her. So anyhow, with that, I welcome everybody. Thank you for coming. And Krista, I turn it over to you. Thank you so much for coming and joining us tonight.
Thank you so much, Paige, for having me. I really appreciate you inviting me into this space to share some information with everybody.
You
You've
bet.
been very generous in sharing your wisdom that you've gained on the grief journey, and that we're just really also thankful for you sharing this and being a light to light our path on this difficult journey. So thank you. And I just want to welcome everybody and acknowledge that this is a sacred relationship that we all have here tonight because we're all in this sacred space of grief because grief is a place where we bridge both worlds, right? We've got one foot in the non-physical realm, and then we've also got one foot in the physical realm, and we're trying to find our beloved and they're existing in non-physical form and creating a new relationship with them. So it's really a new reality that we're all in, right? So, like Paige says, my name's Krista. I'm a hypnotist and a breathwork instructor. And my entry into this grief club began when Nick, my son, walked into the light as a result of an accidental overdose. And as many of you know, the loss of a loved one is quite a shock to both the mind and the heart. And I know that many of you know what I'm talking about when I say that I felt like my heart center went dark. I really felt like when Nick passed, like somebody bombed the grid to my heart. And I really never believed that I could experience pleasure again. I really never dreamed that I would be able to laugh again or enjoy life again. It just did not seem like a possibility. So I knew about the modalities that I'm going to share with you for different reasons that Paige mentioned. I used hypnosis and breath work when I was birthing my daughter, and they were great for physical pain. It wasn't until Nicholas walked into the light that I learned how to use them for psychic pain. And so tonight, I'm not going to share hypnosis with you, but I am going to share the breath work. And as you guys all know, grief can really wreak havoc on both the mind and the body. And I work with people to grow through their grief so that they can live again and laugh again and love again and really experience pleasure, not only guilt-free, but joyfully. It really is possible. So I really want to strongly advocate for anybody who's new on this journey that even though you might feel like you're in the pit of despair, it is possible for you to grow through this. So just hang on, and hang on to yourself and hang on to your loved ones. So, when the mind and body are confronted with grief, it's a huge disruption to our understanding of reality, and the body follows suit. And the body is the result of our mental activity. And sometimes it takes running the body through certain practices in order to regulate the mind, and vice versa. Sometimes we need to run the mind through certain practices to regulate the body. So sometimes we need to deal with grief through the mind and the mental machinations and the obsessions about the past. And sometimes we really need to start with the body. So I personally used hypnosis to deal with my obsession about the past because I found myself in a really deep, painful psychic loop, constantly thinking about what I could have done differently to change what transpired in my son's life and how his physical life ended. And my mind just could not cope. And I know you guys all get this. It was just something I absolutely could not grasp, could not wrap myself around, wrap my mind around this new reality. And so when I started using hypnosis, I had some encounters with Nicholas when I was in a very deep hypnotic trance, and they were just profoundly healing in a way that maybe dialogue or talk therapy just couldn't reach. So, and he revealed to me where he was, and it was a profoundly healing experience. And it's a process that I now share professionally with people who are moving through grief. Um, so the breath work that I'm going to show you is equally impactful for many, many reasons. Um, Grief is one of those states that can feel very disempowering, and depending on the context with which we approach it, my concept of grief and the context of my son walking into the light evolved over time. And what happens with grief is it disrupts our bodily rhythms, including our circadian rhythms, our ultradian rhythms, and our irradian rhythms, all of our bodily rhythms. And I want to share breath work with you tonight because breath work can counteract that. Stress of any kind can cause our heart to beat erratically, which can cause all kinds of issues in the tissues, and it changes what's called our heart rate variability. And that really measures the intervals between heartbeats. So breath work restores heart rate variability to a very beautiful rhythm. It restores what's called heart coherence by correcting the rhythm of our heartbeat. And so once we're restored to heart coherence, we can level up many of our biological systems, including blood flow and just overall nervous system harmony. So there's many, many different types of breath work. Different types of breath work are used to deal with different issues. So for example, if I want to get to sleep, I'm going to use a very different breathing pattern than if I want to raise my energy levels up really high. There's breath work for detox. There's breath work for stress reduction. There's breath work for longevity. There's breath work to activate an analgesic effect in the body. So there's all different types of breathing that can help us get to a different state than we're currently in. So I'm going to show you two different types of breathing. I'm going to lead you through two different kinds of breath work. The first is heart coherence breathing. And then the second type is a calming type of breath work that will help you to get into a more relaxed state. And they're just teeny tiny samples of how breath work feels and how it can be used to induce different states of the mind and body. So with the first one I'm going to show you is heart coherence breathing, and it's designed to entrain breathing at 6 breaths per minute for equal inhalation and then equal exhalation, and it promotes heart rate variability and it impacts your well-being, and it also creates this really cool collective coherence. So I know this might sound a little weird, but if you've got children or family members or even your partner your spouse, a good friend, if you want to get into a space where you two are entrained with each other, or maybe even like as a family, you could do this heart rate coherence breath together because it really gets everybody into the same entrainment. It will entrain your heartbeat. So it's really, they've done studies on this and it's fascinating stuff that when people meditate together and breathe together, there's, in proximity, you're exchanging different gases, but you're also creating a rhythm that you're both coming into entrainment to. So it's pretty magical in that regard, very healing and really, really wonderful. So, what I also want to explain to you is an anti-stress breath. So, a lot of times when you take a breath in, what we do is when we take a breath in, we just take one breath in, just a normal breath, and then exhale. So you may have noticed some people sometimes clench up with their jaw unconsciously, and sometimes people just raise their shoulders. And what happens is that we're only using part of our lungs to breathe. And the lungs actually have 5 lobes, okay? And the lower 2 lobes don't get expanded if we just raise our shoulders. So now what I want you to do is I want you to extend the abdomen and then breathe in. Almost like you're breathing into the belly and then raising the chest next and then exhaling. So what happens is you may have experienced that you felt like you took a deeper breath. And you did, really. The lungs actually are in the back of the body there, but when you're breathing and you're extending the abdomen, you're also stretching the diaphragm, and the vagus nerve runs through the diaphragm. So when you stretch the diaphragm, you're activating the vagus nerve, which stimulates really good feel-good hormones and chemicals in the body. But it also creates a vacuum so that all 5 lobes of the lungs can expand. Now you've got way more room because you've extended the abdomen. So now you've got all 5 lobes of the lungs activated. So I would really encourage you to do this throughout the day when you're aware, is extend the abdomen and then inhale. Because when you extend the abdomen, you're automatically going to create that vacuum where your lungs want to be filled up with air. So that's an anti-stress abdominal breath. So that's also called diaphragmatic breathing, which we're going to use tonight. We're also going to use rhythmic breathing. We're going to go in through the nose, out through the mouth, smooth on the inhale, relaxed on the exhale. Okay. And so when we're going to do rhythmic breathing in both of these exercises, but you're also going to be doing the diaphragmatic breathing. So to the best of your ability, when you inhale, inhale down into the belly. And what feels like the belly, you're not really inhaling through the belly, but it feels like it because the lobes of the lungs are expanding down in the back. So inhale through the nose, doing that deep belly breath, exhaling, and we're going to breathe to beats. And you're going to hear my audio guiding you through this. And let's see what else. So, and then at the end, I'll explain the other breath, the second exercise before we go into it. But we're also going to be doing a breath hold out. And I'll explain the significance of that and why that's very important for the grieving brain. So we're going to start doing the heart coherence breathing. So I'm going to share my sound. Let's see here. Hang on one sec. And this is I pre-recorded this because sometimes when there's Zoom collaboration, sometimes the sound is weird. So you're going to be hearing a recording, which you will have access to. I'll drop a link in the chat for my website so that you can get it. You can access it later. If you give me your email, then I can send it out to you. Okay, so hang on one sec. Okay, so I'm just going to invite you to sit back, sit up straight, with a straight spine, close your eyes, let your shoulders relax, And if you want to lay down on your back, you can with your hands by your side, but just be in a comfortable space with a straight spine so that you can extend the abdomen. So here we go. This breathwork meditation is designed to generate heart coherence, leaving you feeling relaxed, rejuvenated, and with increased feelings of positive energy. We'll be practicing breathwork using rhythmic breathing and diaphragmatic breathing. This breathing track will entrain your breath to 6 breaths per minute, with a 5-second inhale and a 5-second exhale. This rate of breathing has been shown in various studies to bring you into a therapeutic state called heart-brain coherence, which optimizes blood flow from your heart to your brain. To begin, bring your awareness to a positive state, such as gratitude, relaxation, joy, or peace. So sit comfortably with your back straight in an upright position, or lie down on your back with your hands by your side. We'll be practicing diaphragmatic breathing by extending the abdomen in the beginning of the inhalation and then expanding the chest. So as we begin, just bring your awareness to the sound of my voice and the sound of the beats coming through the music. Begin to visualize a movie screen playing in your mind's eye in which you're experiencing this emotion that you've chosen. It could be a memory from the past, or it can be something that you're inventing right here, right now, that induces you and brings you into this positive state. Picture an image that will help you come into a state of emotions such as gratitude, love, joy, or passion. Be sure that as you begin to breathe, you breathe in through the nose, breathing down into the diaphragm with no force, completely smooth and silent and subtle. Relaxing on the exhale as you exhale the air through your mouth. Now get ready to breathe in a rhythm. 3, 2, 1. Exhale and inhale. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. In. 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 2,
3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out.
We're halfway
2,
through.
3,
Relax
4,
into this.
in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in.
You can also
2,
visualize breathing out, exhaling
4,
through your heart.
out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, 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 out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4,
Relaxing into the space, breathing out through your heart.
4, in,
We're almost finished.
3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 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 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, now returning to your normal rate of breathing, take that deep belly breath in, and then exhale, relaxing and returning to your normal rate of breathing. So that is heart coherent breathing. You're welcome to drop in the chat what you felt. Some of you might be feeling a little bit drowsy or relaxed, but that is designed to entrain your breathing so that you're breathing at 6 breaths per minute for equal inhalation and exhalation, and that promotes heart rate variability, and this will impact your well-being. So if you're feeling like you're in a stressful environment, you can do that. You can just practice the breath. You've got everything you need on board to really change your state. And with grief, sometimes, we find ourselves in these situations where we're either out in public or we've got to just put one foot in front of the other and just motor. And sometimes, when we're grieving, we just have to keep going through the motions because life just keeps on going, right? And so, sometimes some of us have to deal with small children or grandchildren, or we have to deal with jobs or coworkers, or so some of you might be yawning right now. That's okay. You can just shake it out if you want. You can shake that out if you need to. The other breath now that is just heart variability. You might feel a little bit of lightheadedness or tingliness, and that is completely normal. Marina, did you raise your hand? Can you unmute yourself?
Yes, I have a question. I feel freezing for some reason. My hands are ice cold. Is it normal? Maybe I was a little bit late. Maybe I missed something at the beginning.
The tingling is normal. That's just
No,
normal.
freezing.
Freezing. Okay, what you can do is shake them out. And a lot of times people get different sensations. And sometimes when your body is learning to do breath work and regulating, sometimes your body just has to get used to it. And sometimes people get what's called tetany and their hands tense up, and it's completely normal. It's just the body learning to exchange the oxygen and carbon dioxide at a different rate. So, but if you do have that, you're welcome to shake your hands out or stand up and shake too. You can also stand up, roll your shoulders. Um, and Paige said, yes, does this help us connect better? A lot of people experience that they do feel a greater sense of connection. Because really, if you think about it, the lungs, our loved ones who are not in physical form anymore, they're in essence all around us. And so this is an exercise where you can breathe them in and then exhale through your heart. And I believe that a lot of people, when we get into that state where we feel a little bit buzzy and relaxed, that our critical faculty, the part of our mind that judges and evaluates and comes up with all these opinions, that relaxes with breath work and our hearts open up. And sometimes we can be more open to connecting with our loved ones or connecting with thoughts or feelings or emotions that come through. Um, so, so that is, somebody just popped in and said that it's how you quiet your mind. Breathwork is a really effective way to quiet your mind, especially on the fly. If you're in traffic, if you're dealing with a cranky coworker, if you're just dealing with your own cranky feelings, it's a great way to do that. And yes, it does get you into the alpha brainwave state and some other kinds of breath work. This breath work will keep you in alpha. It won't put you to sleep. It won't get you super excited and raise your energy levels. But it will get you into the entrainment. So the recording, Paige is going to have the recording available, but if you want a recording of this, you can go to my website. I'll drop the link in the website or in the chat for my website. And if you fill out the contact form, and I'll have your email, and then I can email you a link to the breath work that you can just have, and you can use that regularly. Okay, so now what I usually do with clients is that I do a different kind of breath work where I add music. And so this breath work is great for the grieving brain because grief impacts the same area of our brain as panic. Now, some of us may not have experienced panic. Some of it must felt, like a crushing depression or something like that. But it does impact our reptilian brain and our limbic system. So with the kind of breath work I'm going to show you again, you can use when you need to really calm yourself down. So we're going to extend the exhalation on this next one. There's going to be music. It's going to be a little bit of a meditation. And then, I'll leave some time after for you to just stay in this state, this meditative state, and just be with your own thoughts for a few minutes, probably about 5 minutes. I'll let you linger. This is a very short breath work. The next one that I'm going to share with you, this is, this has more music. It's got a meditation, but it also will calm you and relax you, and then allow you to just stay in that state for a little bit without any talking, just music. And you can be with whatever comes to you during the breath. Okay. So, all right, so we're going to do one more set. I do this along with hypnosis. Yeah, so Amelia asked that if I do that. In addition to that, I have a program where I take people through breath work and hypnosis for grief, and that's called the Grief Relief Guide Program. And I'll put my website in the chat if you want to check it out. But I'm also going to be hosting a two breathwork sessions on Sunday evenings, twice per month. And that'll be part of like a subscription that you can join. So here is another breath work that this is one of the ways that I use to help grief clients relax and come into the state where they can open their hearts to their loved one, but also relax while they're doing it. Okay, so this is only 11 minutes, so this isn't gonna go on forever. I know some of you. So yeah, so Dr. Joe does talk about heart brain coherence, and that's what breath work does. And this is a form of pranayama, which is a very ancient kind of breath work. So go ahead and sit back and close your eyes again. You can sit up, relax the shoulders. You can close your eyes and just listen to this. This is another audio again that I'm going to play. And we're going to be inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. At the end there, you're going to hear me talk about a breath hold of holding the breath out for a minute, which is very therapeutic because when we hold the breath out, all of the oxygen it flushes into our muscles and our tissues and organs that need it the most. And you can rest there and then inhale when you're ready. And then there'll be some time for you to just drift and rest and, summon whatever you need to summon. Okay? Okay, so here we go. Just allow yourself to bring your awareness to the sound, relaxing any tension that you might be aware of in your body, sending signals to your body to just relax, beginning with your head. Picturing a beautiful white light above your head and allowing this beautiful white light to cascade down with warmth, down through your neck and shoulders, relaxing your jaw and your tongue, relaxing your shoulder muscles and the muscles in your back, the muscles in your abdomen as this light slowly drifts down to your midsection, relaxing your hips and the muscles in your lower back, drifting down into the large muscle groups in your legs and the smaller muscle groups in your lower legs, down to your feet, all the way through to your toes, spreading warmth and relaxation as you're breathing gently in through the nose and out through the mouth, smooth on the inhale, relaxed on the exhale. Bringing your attention to your heart, opening up your sacred heart, presencing love, the love you feel for yourself, the love you feel for your beloved, and with each inhale, this love expands, radiating and pulsing throughout your entire body as you relax into this space of loving warmth. And this light all around you begins to form a sphere around you of loving light. You are encased in this loving light, relaxing, floating at peace inside this loving presence, this this loving intelligence that's all around you, radiating from your heart center, as we get ready to breathe in a rhythm, relaxing. Relaxing with each inhale. 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, Take a deep breath fully in and then fully out, exhaling, holding your breath out, resting here in this silence, holding the breath out, resting and relaxing. And when you feel the urge to take a deep breath in, take that deep belly breath in, extending the abdomen, taking a deep fully breath in, and then exhaling, resting and returning to your normal rate of breathing. Relaxing in this space. Becoming present to all the information that's available to you now in your energetic field. Resting and breathing this information in. resting and receiving any information that's come to you in this sacred space of rest. And when you're ready, you can begin to come back into your body, wiggling your body, your fingers and toes, coming back into this space and time. There you go. Anybody, did we lose anybody to a nap? Anybody fall asleep on us?
That was like really beautiful. Like really, really beautiful.
Thank you.
Mm.
Thank you. It's just really powerful stuff. And I feel it's so important. If you look at a chart of emotions, grief is like right above apathy and shame. There's apathy, shame, and then grief. And joy is way, way up here. And, we don't have to stay there. We don't have to stay in that awful state. So does anybody have any questions?
Krista, there was a couple earlier in the chat. I just wanted to bring your attention to the very first comment from Gianna, and then one from Tammy, if you want to scroll up and then find those. If you
I
want
don't,
to.
getting off meds, I really can't answer that. I'm not a doctor, and that'd be something that you'd have to talk to your doctor about. But breathwork definitely can help regulate your breathing. It's just something you'd have to check with your doctor first, before, we just have to have a conversation about that.
Can't hurt though.
Yeah, it definitely can't hurt. It won't
I
hurt.
think it can't hurt.
So,
And then Tammy's question. So she has a lot of anxiety all day, she says. So any advice for how to even take a deep breath when you're dealing with anxiety all day?
yeah, I'm trying to find your question, Tammy. You're saying,
It's about just not too.
oh, I had trouble. Okay, so lightheaded. Well, yes, and it can feel very foreign, Tammy. It can feel very weird to just pay attention to our breathing. And, especially in grief, and in anxiety, when we're anxious, we forget to breathe. If you think about it, somebody jumps up and scares you from behind, you go, and we stop breathing. And that's what happens with anxiety, is that we shut down and we stop, and we lose our heart rate variability to an erratic variability. And so it does take practice. It does take getting used to, but I promise you that if you continue to practice, in through the nose, out through the mouth, smooth on the inhale, relaxed on the exhale, and extending the exhale, that will bring your anxiety down.
I do hold my breath a lot. I find that I clench, like I'm, without even realizing it, I'm holding my breath like all.
Yeah, exactly. And
And then
really
when I'm not holding my breath, I'm just like like kind of gasping for air all throughout the day. Like I'm like trying to catch my breath. Like
Yes.
deep breaths, trying to, like, I feel like I can't breathe.
So what I would remind you to
It's a
do,
cycle.
I'm sure were
Like
you
a,
here in the beginning of the call when I explained the extending
Mhm.
the abdomen?
Yes.
Really practice that. Extend the abdomen and then breathe in, because that's going to create more space for your lungs to expand, but it's also going to activate the vagus nerve and send out some really feel-good hormones.
hmm
So
Okay.
somebody said, amazing, I'm experiencing significant pain, and right now I'm pain-free. It's really amazing for pain relief too, pain reduction. There's different kinds of breath work for every kind of state. So, and there's a lot of other techniques that I just couldn't get into here. It's just there's not enough time. But if you're interested in my grief relief program, it's a 9-week program where I do hypnosis and breath work. Lots of different kinds of breath work, lots of different kinds of hypnosis. And then there's also, Paige dropped my website in the chat. There's also, I'm going to be starting in March a breath work, 2 breath work classes um, per month on Sunday nights. It'll be a great way to just reset and kick off the week. So I'm just gonna, if you can bear with me for a sec, I'm just gonna
type that in there.
drop that.
Krista, on the 9-week program, is that a group activity or an individual?
That's strictly individual for now.
Individual, okay.
You know, maybe at some point we'll do group, but for now it's so personal, and grief is so personal to people that
Any in person. That's right. You're in Colorado. So is Marianne. That's why she's asking, right? You're in Colorado?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in Colorado, yeah.
Yeah.
So all my sessions are over Zoom, just like we did now, and both hypnosis and breath work. So I'm just going to drop a link to the if you're interested in the class on Sunday nights, it's twice a month. We do breath work that's between 30 and 45 minutes, and there's going to be a theme every time. It's going to be every other Sunday starting March 16th. And there's also a contact form on that link. So if you do want a copy of those breathwork tracks, just submit the contact form in your email, and then I will get those tracks out to you. So let's see.
Perfect. Marina, do you have a question?
Yes. Is it normal that when we were doing the last breathing exercise, there were moments when I don't want to breathe at all? I want to hold my breath. Is it normal?
And yep, that's totally fine, because you have to pace, especially if you've never done breath work before. It's really important to pace yourself and what you feel comfortable with, because everybody's gonna come into this at various states and various levels. So I would encourage you to breathe at your own pace. I'm not sure if that link is working. I dropped a link in the chat for, oh God,
I'll check it.
Sorry, this link is gigantic.
Breath for break. Yeah, what happened? Where'd you guys go? Can you see me? Okay. It opened up in a whole new window. It did show up. It does work for me when I clicked on it.
Okay.
That's an excellent price for twice a month. Krista, if you would, well, I have that one now, don't I? And then is there another one for the 9-week program? And then
the link
I'll put
that
it
is in the
group
services,
for
and
you.
my website's under construction right now. So so if
Okay.
you're interested in the 9-week program, just fill out a contact form and I'll get in touch with you. And I will and we can schedule a Zoom conversation to go over the 9-week program for the hypnosis and the breath work.
Well, it came up, but it's gone. But would you email that to me, and then I'll put it in the group for you, that link. Yeah, maybe
The link for the grief relief program.
Yeah, let me just copy it and put it in a browser, and then I'll have it that way.
Okay.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Sorry. I had it. I'm just a little spaced right now. That was just a lovely session. So I have it. Never mind.
So yeah, this is an individual program. The breathwork is a group program, and the grief relief guide program is an individual program where it's one-on-one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. People might be interested in this. So thank you so much. Does anybody have any questions for Krista? I'm glad I just turned it over to you because you took the full hour, which I knew that you would. So thank you for bringing the actual practice to us. It's wonderful to hear about things, but I know people really love that, actually participating in the experiential, is that the right word? Anybody have any questions for Krista?
You're very welcome. It was really wonderful being with all of you. We're in our own little tribe of, healing. So very
That's
unique.
right. Honestly, thank God for the tribe, right? All right. Well, that was fantastic. Everybody shout out to Krista.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you,
Have a
Chris.
wonderful night,
Bye,
everyone.
Krista.
You
Thank
too.
you so
Thank
much.
you.
It was great.
Thank you.
Good
Take
night.
care.
Everybody. Yeah,
Mhm.
good